Welcome back, you guys. Well, when we think of holiday entertainment, we often think of eating big meals, especially when you're Italian like myself and my next guest. But small gatherings are actually more common than you'd think. So how do you sip and snack right? Well, joining me live from Chicago is TV personality and co-owner of RPM, Giuliana Rancic. First of all, good morning, Giuliana. I adore you.
Good morning. Thank you. I adore you, too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say you're one of the big reasons I went into broadcasting, so very honored to talk to you today. And you've achieved so much throughout your career, and I just wanted to know, what would your advice be for somebody who wanted to multitask like you do in your own career?
Ooh, you know, it's funny. People ask me about balance all the time, you know, especially women will go, how do you balance it all? How do I do this all? And my advice there is when I'm at work, I give work 100% of my time. So for instance, like when I'm working at E, I'm not sneaking away to do online shopping, even though I really want to be. I save that till I get home. So at work, I focus 100% at work. And when I'm home, my husband and I, we put our phones in a bowl when we get home, and it's family time. So I think that, but yet I don't feel guilty because I spent so much time at work focusing on work. So it's really about, I think that's kind of the best way to at least start balancing your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Great advice there. And you and Bill obviously travel so much from Chicago to California to everywhere. And I wanted to know, what trends are you guys seeing traveling this year?
Well, I think, one thing with traveling this year, I got to say, deep breaths, okay? Like, take a deep breath. There will be delays, but try to turn a negative into a positive. And what I mean by that is if you're stuck in traffic or you're, delayed 2 hours at the airport, use that as a time to reconnect, whether it's with your partner, whether it's with your kids, whoever it is. Try to just see the positive in it. So I think that's one of the things, is just be patient. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of great hotels that are offering kind of more of a family experience and more convenience. Like Hyatt House, for instance, has a great experience that they offer. They have apartment-style guest rooms with kitchens. So if you're traveling with little kids, having a kitchen is really nice, as well as around-the-clock menu. They've got this great H-bar with a brand new sip and snack menu that has really cool offerings. And I think that's one of the big trends we're seeing too at the holidays. People are breaking the mold in terms of dining, not doing the traditional meals and trying to do kind of more, create a more fun menu at home and just be a little more creative with it.
Yeah, and talk about a little bit more about sip and snack. What exactly does that mean, and what are some examples of what we can incorporate in our own holidays this year?
So for instance, at Hyatt House, you have this on the menu, at the H-bar menu, the sip and snack menu. So you've got Korean street tacos, and the bartenders are really knowledgeable. So they paired this with a whiskey sour. We also have barbecue pulled pork sliders. I mean, how delicious do these look? Paired with an old-fashioned. And then last but not least, the Taste of Tuscany board, which has been paired with red sangria. So it's all about these smaller plates. A lot of the younger generations are used to this, especially with the explosion of food trucks. You're finding a lot more variety in food, especially when you go to a friend's house. Instead of doing the traditional meal, why not try to do something a little different? And this is not any harder than putting together that kind of traditional holiday meal, and yet it's a conversation starter, and it's just something unique, and you don't feel so full at the end of dinner. You feel satisfied, but not super full.
Yeah, I feel like that's been a challenge in my Italian family. I'm assuming in yours as well.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, it's like you're so excited for it, and at the end of the night, you're like, oh my God. And you had all these big plans, like, let's go out after, let's do this. And everyone's like snoring by 9 o'clock. So yeah, that's why these small plates, I think, are really appealing to a lot of people, because you do feel, you're like, okay, I can live with myself. I feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Giuliana, what can we expect from you next, upcoming in your career?
Well, I got to tell you, in a couple weeks, I can't believe it. It's award season, Golden Globe, so I'll be on the red carpet with Ryan Seacrest for all the big award shows for E. And, RPM, staying really focused on that, making some exciting announcements coming up in the near future on RPM. And, yeah, a couple other little things that, another big announcement coming in January with something I've been working on for the past 2 years that's a real passion project of mine. So those are just a few things, yeah.
All right, well, thanks for that sneak peek into your career. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Such an honor, and hopefully I'll see you sometime in Chicago.
Awesome, for sure. Yes. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Giuliana. All right, you guys, those are some tips this holiday season, not to stay super full, but to sip and snack. We'll be right back with more in the morning show.